18, choosing a college feels like a 4-year decision. You think about the campus, the course, the fees, and maybe the placement package. But there is something most students don't think about. The college you choose today can influence the opportunities you get several years from now. Not because a college magically decides your salary, but because your college can influence your skills, your network, your internships, your first job, and even the people you meet along the way. And these small advantages can compound over time. Let's understand how. When students compare colleges, they usually compare infrastructure. Which college has the bigger campus? Which one has better hostels? Which one has more facilities? But one of the most important things is much harder to see: your environment. The people around you influence what feels normal. If your classmates are building projects, applying for internships, participating in competitions, learning new technologies, and preparing for placements, you are more likely to do the same. Not because they force you to, but because your environment changes your expectations. This is called the peer effect. And over 4 years, that effect can become significant. Now let's talk about internships. Your first internship may not have a huge salary. It may not even be at a famous company, but it can give you something extremely valuable: experience. That experience can help you get your next internship. The next internship can help you build a stronger resume. That resume can help you get shortlisted for better companies. And eventually, those experiences can influence your first full-time job. This is the idea of career compounding. One opportunity creates another opportunity. And this is where your college environment matters. A college with active industry connections, career services, alumni networks, and internship opportunities can potentially give you more chances to start that cycle. There is another advantage students often ignore. Your classmates today could become your professional network tomorrow. That student sitting next to you could become a software engineer. Another could start a company. Someone else could become a consultant. Another could move into finance, healthcare, research, or management. 10 years later, these people could be working in completely different companies and industries. Your college network doesn't disappear when you graduate. It can follow you throughout your career. That's why alumni networks matter. A strong alumni community can help with referrals, mentorship, internships, job opportunities, and industry connections. Your degree may have an expiry date. Your network doesn't. Now comes one of the biggest effects: your first job. Students often think, I'll take any job after graduation and figure everything out later. Sometimes that works. But your first job can influence the skills you develop, the companies you become eligible for, and the salary range you can target in your next move. Suppose your first role gives you strong technical experience. After 2 or 3 years, you can use that experience to target better roles. But if your first job provides very little learning or growth, you may have to work much harder to make the next jump. This doesn't mean your first job determines your entire career. It doesn't. People change industries, people switch careers, people start businesses. But a strong starting point can make the journey easier. Now, this is extremely important. Choosing an expensive college does not automatically mean you'll earn more. And choosing a less expensive college does not mean you'll have a bad career. There are students from lesser known colleges who build incredible careers. And there are students from famous universities who struggle to find opportunities. The difference is often what they do with the environment they have. So don't ask only which college has the biggest brand. Ask better questions. What is the actual placement record for my course? What kind of companies hire students from my branch? How strong is the alumni network? Are internships accessible? What is the quality of the peer group? How much will the total degree cost? And most importantly, what opportunities will I realistically have access to? So, can the college you choose at 18 affect your salary at 28? Yes, but not in the way most people think. Your college doesn't decide your future, it influences your starting environment. And your environment influences your opportunities. Your opportunities influence your experience. Your experience influences your next opportunity. And over time, those small differences can compound. That's why choosing a college isn't simply about getting a degree. You're choosing an ecosystem, a network, an environment, and a starting point for your career. So before you choose your college, don't just ask, where will I get admission? Ask, where will I have the best opportunity to grow? Because the decision you make at 18 may not define your career at 28, but it can influence where that career begins. Subscribe to Shiksha Search for practical college guidance, career insights, and smarter decisions for your future. I'll see you in the next video.